they're a good team. Tad does a good job. He's done a good job ever since I coached against him all this time. So hats off to Colorado. They outplayed us. They're the winner. Questions?
You guys made a good comeback in the second half. What do you think about the last minute or so of turnover?
You know, it's when Mo is, got 12 assists and 2 turnovers, and it's kind of a broken play. I know I had timeouts, but we had AG in there on the throwback pass, but Mo kind of tried to fit the pass into Musambo. I mean, I'm going to complain about his judgment. I could have called a timeout, I guess. I've always been taught to, if you have a little bit of an advantage, and I thought we did in that situation, to just let the play go. Especially the way they did a good job. They didn't show a lot of, three-quarter court pressure at all on film. They didn't play much zone this year at all. So saying, well, are they going to be confused, giving them a man play and a zone play? So we had them in man. I wanted them in man, and we just didn't make those plays. We fouled too much. We learned how to foul at halftime. We fouled 3 times in the first half, and we really did a great job of fouling them in the second half. They shot 31 free throws in the second half. So you can't beat anybody doing that. Or I told them at halftime it was probably as bad a first half as we've had this year, and a better half, in my opinion. Just letting them shoot, not letting them shoot. They're a good team. They've beaten good teams, but 18 of 34 from the field. They also got 8 of those 16 misses that they had, an offensive rebound. So that's just all effort, and we weren't ready to play and defend and play with energy at that end of the floor, and it cost us. We had to play from behind, and these games aren't played like this anymore. This is, maybe in the Pac-12 you could go and think that 88's, we could beat someone 88, 86 or something. Man, all day today I'm watching these games, or they're on the different games, and it's like 66-60, rock fight, possession. Every possession matters so much. It's crazy. You can give up 95 points. You're not going to beat many teams in the Big 12.
Big 12 kind of has an infamous reputation for a let 'em play kind of whistle. Were you kind of caught off guard by how that second half was called?
I just know it because I've been doing this a while, to know if we committed 3 fouls in the first half and they committed 11, that I told the guys, like, hey, be ready, there's going to be fouls. You may not think you fouled, but they're going to try and even it out. That's just my opinion. That's how it usually happens.
How much more challenging was that not having Sausage? What's his status?
His is, I don't think, a long-term situation. He's got to get right, though. It's a lower leg, and he sustained that in practice, which happens after Christmas and the break, and unfortunately it was him. So, but I don't think he's that far away from playing. It might have been like another day or so, or 2 days. I think he might have been able to play. But it hurts our rebounding in the first half for sure. The positives you want to take any. It's second half of Allen, and just our ability to attack the paint. Figure out how to beat that zone, which we really struggled with in the first half.
I know the loss to Oregon State before break was a real tough one. Did you feel that the team in practice has rebounded well from that loss?
Not really, because you're not going to win many games in this league, as good as this league is, if your defense is as bad as ours was, and that's just the reality. Giving up 48 points first half, giving up 95 overall. Not handling, a pretty straightforward three-quarter court pressure. Just missing a ton of shots like we've, for the last 3 games. I talked about the other 2 games. We were 6 for 28 tonight from 3, and we had a number of good looks that you can't make right now. So we're in a tailspin right now from behind the 3-point line in the last 3 games, and we had made a lot of those shots going into the UCLA game, and it's part of the reason we had a good record, and we were viewed as a really good 3-point shooting team, but not the last 3 games.
Chuck, the defensive stuff on most intensity.
We went for 1 million shot fakes today. We had no discipline on that. We never got 50-50s. We don't like doing that often. If we get a deflection somewhere and just we're able to get to the basketball. It's a variety of things too, but it's 31 points at the free throw line. I mean, come on. I mean, that's a lot of points to give up there. We didn't do a good job of playing without fouling.
What did you make of Mukeba's performance tonight, especially in the second half, kind of driving the run with the couple big dunks and a couple blocks?
If you see that side of him or anything close to it, and you saw it some this week in practice, then he's certainly a difference maker for us moving forward. So I'm happy to see him play well. He practiced all week and practiced very well. He falls into the same category as some of these other guys that were behind from injuries coming in. But we have to solve our rebounding, and we have to solve our interior defense. And if we can't solve those things, then I'm gonna keep coming in here and telling you guys the same things.
There's a quick turnaround between now and the BYU game. Is there anything that they do in specific that just absolutely catches your attention?
Who's that?
BYU.
Yeah, man, I don't know what BYU's doing. You know, no offense. I mean, I'm just watching Colorado. I've seen BYU play. I think they play UConn. They might have played UConn earlier in the year. Otherwise, I haven't much.
Do you think the layoff had anything to do with your kind of sluggish start at all?
You could start making excuses and say, yeah, that's this reason or that reason. But we did the same things we were doing in the prior two games. Just, I think our first 4 of our first 5 shots were threes, and they were all missed shots. You know, we got to the free throw line a couple of times. Our defense was actually great. You know, we got a 5 count, I think, on an under out of bounds. We would get slipped for dunks like the last 2 games on under out of bounds defense, and they got us in the second half of one. But you know, so I was excited that the defense was good early in the game, but our offense was not. And you know, our second unit didn't do a good job. They didn't breathe any life into the game for us. They got it to like 19-14 or 21-14, and now we're chasing, and I got to get all the starters back in. So we got to get back to where there's a bench. Like in the 12-day layoff you talked about, we went to Oklahoma and played the best game of the year. So it's not. I don't see how we didn't do a ton different in our preparation for this game.
One more. How resolvable is the giving up offensive rebounds?
I mean, you know, we did what we could to put together a roster of players that could be competitive. We've been competitive against good teams. We've always gotten out rebounded. We're trying to talk about rebounding in workouts and practice. We're looking to be as creative as we can to go get a rebounder, but there's no one out there that we could, bring in to rebound.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thanks. You were driving force in that second half, couple big dunks, couple blocks. What were you saying that game? What was kind of the message you wanted?
We gotta keep our head up. No matter if we lost, we gotta keep going. Everything is possible, and I believe that the team can do what we can do. We just gotta stop playing catch up. First half was really sluggish. Second half we're playing better. We gotta work on that.
What do you think's led to the intensity being inconsistent at times, especially rebounding?
I can't respond to that. I do not know. Maybe the motor. I don't know. We definitely got to do a better job on rebounding, which we will. But I don't really know how to answer to your question.
How promising is it that you and Hassan were playing together?
It's really promising.
Yeah.
Really promising. I'm used to play with bigs that are mobile like that. I missed the first pass, but that's the kind of game I had back then in Oakland with my other former teammate. I see everything, so if they blocked away from me, I see my other bigs.
Just with the defensive tenacity between you and Jack, 35-9 total blocks between you two. Is that kind of a focal point when you went to the game? Is that something you guys work on in practice today?
I mean, coaches made an emphasis on that. On the helps. I'm on the weak side, coming to help from the weak side. Yeah, it's just ball.
Is that one of the best times that you've had though?
No, I think the best thing I've ever had was against Illinois. Put that down when I was playing with Oakland last year. That's one of the best yet for sure. For sure.
This was kind of one of the more winnable games you look on the schedule. It's a team that was similar to you guys. Yes, you beat them twice last year. How do you kind of rally the troops and especially being one of the better players, kind of how do you get some positive momentum and keep the spirits up?
I just tell them after the game that we got a couple things to tweak out and fix. It's like every other team. I know this was supposed to be the easiest game we ever had on the schedule, but it's basketball. At the end of the day, we're gonna play against big players.
Allen, season high 16. What allowed you to go on that run in that second half?
I want to say all over. My mental was not right first part of the preseason, and after that break, we had a great break. Came back and had to do what I got to do. They recruited me to win, so I got to do my job.
You were a little hurt though, right, coming into the start of the season.
Yeah, I had surgery on my shins, compartment syndrome. Before that, I had a successful summer, one of the first summer I was really proud. But then after the surgery, it kind of went down and kind of took a toll on me. But I'm back now, so.
When did you really kind of feel more like 100% again?
I never feel 100% again. I never do. I never do. But I want to say, right after the break, I mean, I came back at practice. I felt like I was a changed man. Just played. I mean, I was trying to have fun all of it. It'd be hard. Your mental is kind of down. You don't have fun anymore. I was trying to have fun again. Came back.
I mean, how impactful are guys like, Mo Odom, 12 assists today, Anthony Johnson with 20 points? Like, how impactful is it to just play with him?
I mean, you see them score, you want to score too. You see them pass the ball, it hypes you up. So, yeah, I don't know if you saw it the first half, I was kind of like doing my job, but I could have done better. Then when I see him